4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, 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 what up, man? Welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. That's right, Bar Talk with the super fans. We are chilling out with the crew. What do we have in today's edition? As always, we got our favorite producer, Crack AV, in attendance, hitting in the shadows. We got our fearless host, Danny BMD. Me, of course, your amateur hype man, super fan art. We're going to be talking little sports, South Texas style. And we might have a mystery guest or two. Ooh. Danny, take it away, buddy.
Oh, yo. What up? How's everyone doing today? Welcome, Mezzo Forte Sportz, guys. Coming to you live from San Antonio, Texas. To your ears, provide some sports time for your free time. What up? This is your host, Danny B&D. How's everyone doing today? And how did your team do this week? Or will do this weekend? I mean, we got a whole slate of games coming up this week for football, for a lot of really for everything. Football. What else? I know we have college. Basketball starting to kind of shape up a little bit. You know, with some free agency and stuff like that. College football and regular football is coming back. Obviously, we got a little bit of a MLB of a streak going right as we head into October, and you guys know how crazy that can be. And yeah, so essentially we're talking a little bit about sports today. Just again, thank you guys so much for listening today, and just in general for all the time that you guys do spend with us, supporting us. Just want to give a quick shout out to all of our fans, just from Facebook. If you're on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, wherever it is that you're at, just give a shout out, say what's up, say hi, give your hot take, leave your comments, send us a message, follow us, subscribe, we love you. And again, we're just gonna have a little bit of an adventure today. First of all, before that, I know we do have Mr. Krakavi in the shadows, but always ever present with his sound effects and music. But but I do have super fan. How are you doing, bro? How have you been?
Doing great, Danny. Glad to be here on this not so cold Tuesday evening. This freaking triple digit weather here, but I'm staying cool in Laredo. Yeah, a lot happened over the weekend in the sporting world, and we are gearing up to a very exciting time. You know, I of all the months out of the year, I never really gave September its due because that's pretty much when the kids are back at, we'd be back at school, whether it was high school or when college, was starting like crap. I got to start going to classes. But in the sporting world, September is pretty much a very underrated month. We already got college starting this weekend. Technically, it started this past weekend, but this is the official start of the week for college football. NFL is going to start soon. Baseball is heading into the final home stretch before the playoffs in October. So we got a lot going on in the sporting world. But yeah, kudos to our fans out there for your continued support. Evan, you're always great, but you're always great doing what you do, producing for us with our lovely sound effects. I know you're there in the shadows. You're our guardian devil. You're watching over us.
All day.
This beer's for you and our fans. So we're gonna get into it today.
Dude, right? Exactly, dude. Um, Also, just want to give we are doing a quick heads up. We are doing fantasy football this year. So it's gonna be Mezzo Forte Sportz League. We have our own personal ones, but we are gonna do a Mezzo Forte Sportz League, a fantasy football league. We're gonna do several things throughout the week, and just kind of give a little twist um to fantasy. You guys will get to choose, like the defense, or it's like something crazy off the wire or something like that. It's gonna be fun. And um, whoever we'll kind of tally up as well as we kind of go on. Every week we'll start giving a couple giveaways. So you guys keep an eye out on that as well. So football season is coming, dude. It's coming again. Feels like it never really left, or feel like I well, was it that fast? I don't know. I feel like Brady just won the Super Bowl a couple weeks ago or something like that. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've had a lot to entertain ourselves with basketball, the whole basketball that play in tournament, and then the whole playoffs itself. And we were watching Stanley Cup on the side. Baseball was always there, and then the Olympics. We had a lot to entertain ourselves with during the football's off season. But yeah, it seems there was always some big headline at least every other week for football. So yeah, I feel you. Like it felt like it never left. Seeing all the storylines develop with each team, and now we're just a week away when the first kickoff.
Yeah, no lie, dude. I mean, right now, what are you just like off the top of your head? What are you kind of excited about, specifically for college football? Obviously, we have UT and Big 12 are they're still playing. I mean, it's still
Y-
on, you know.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure anywhere Oklahoma and Texas go in around the Big 12, they'll get a lot of boos from the opposing Big 12 members.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, the move won't take into effect until 2025.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
I mean,
but
man,
it'd be
it's gonna be a fire. Honestly, think about it. Like, so okay, so it's gonna be. Hold on. My bad, guys. All right, so I think it's gonna be a fire in this case for the players, like currently, that are I don't do because this whole like likeness and like name and everything like that, it's like getting like really big. So it's gonna be go obviously past or right, not past, but it's gonna be pre-college either way. So where it's gonna be like, oh well, I'm not gonna be in the SEC, whatever. I can't make money. Yes, bro, you can. You are technically gonna be making money. Um, or you can be making money, and I mean not NFL money necessarily, but at least you get a chance compared to those small schools. Like I don't know, I feel like the small schools are gonna get a little bit of more, I guess, talent as well. So we're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to a small school and just ball, you know, instead of and get noticed or whatever. Instead of going to Bama and like just be a bench player, third stringer or whatever. You know what I mean? And then at that point, I'm still gonna get paid because I'm gonna be the guy of the team. So I don't know. It's just like kind of one of those things. What do you think?
that you're saying the amount of money that could be potentially made from name, image, and likeness is correlated with the bigger the name school.
Yeah,
Like the bigger the school, the bigger chances of getting that money.
yeah,
Which it was evident in the recent example we got with the QB from Ohio State. Uh, I think somewhere like ballpark of almost a mil. I don't know who was the company that was sponsoring him. Uh, but it's getting kind of interesting to see, where this money goes. I think I heard a story a while back. The starting QB from one of the East Coast schools, I want to say Pittsburgh, that like the QB he was interviewed, he's like, yeah, since I get more money than can be made off of like an O lineman, for example, like he
yeah.
donates to charities of his choice,
Oh, that's
and
what's up. That's what's
and I
up.
think he takes his O line out for dinner because I think
Yeah.
he's sponsored by a restaurant, and like he takes his O line out for dinner like once a week or something. Like treats him like steaks, the works, because he feels it's unfair for them. They can't make that kind of money he can, which is true. It's not there's no equality with the positioning. And it's always going to be QB, receivers, running backs getting most of the moolah off these images deals. But sorry, going off tangent. But yeah, if somebody's like the star running back of UTSA, for example, well, it's got to be pretty much small local sponsors rather than the big names like I don't know, like Adidas or Under Armour. If you were like maybe Mississippi State, where you're actually in the Big 12. you're the SEC, excuse me, playing against big name schools. Uh, maybe Under Armour would like to sponsor one of them rather than some guy at Tulsa or UTSA.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But also, if you think about it, that I mean that is true. But just I think if you think about it, okay, well now, but you're also seeing the bigger schools, but you're also seeing the smaller school people also making money. I mean, not que ver, university quarterback is getting 50,000 from some random Big Bob's Beds or whatever.
Yeah.
So like I think it's gonna be both ways. Where you're gonna see the big schools. I think that it's gonna be where like the schools themselves are the big schools themselves are gonna lose money. Not that it matters, right? Because they still make money anyway. But it's gonna be more
Yeah.
distributed out to like the athletes. And now because the big what is it? Because only 1% of the football college players make it to the NFL, and only that one
Yeah.
percent of that actually have a long career or whatever. So it's like I mean
Hmm.
it's like dude it's hard it's not easy. So
No.
it's like kind of it's just one of those things. We'll go right into it. Art. In this case, let's go put some music in here for me. Um, Mr. Correct AV. So today we are gonna do a quick. Yeah, so we're gonna do some. Sorry, I'm like jamming out. We're gonna do some. With our. All right.
Nice. I think
Show
what
them
Danny is trying to say is we're going to talk a little baseball.
All right.
Uh, just a few storylines. On Thursday, I'll give a more in-depth analysis on how the race is going in the American League and the wild card there, in the National League, and how things are going there with positioning. But yeah, to start off with, there's actually some interesting games going on this very evening, uh, including there's the Red Sox and the Rays, Brewers Giants, Dodgers Braves, Astros Mariners, and the Tigers A's. All of those games of which are featuring some of the top dogs in their respective leagues and could have some implications on playoff positioning uh, in the weeks to come. Uh, if anything, it's very entertaining games. Something to watch for this evening. So just one or two storylines that I was following up on. Uh, the Rays and the Red Sox, they're facing off this evening. As I said, it could have some potential implications on the AL postseason preview. Currently, Boston is 9 games behind Tampa Bay for AL East leader spot, but more importantly, they're just 2 games ahead of Oakland A's for that wild card spot. Uh, just some recent news about them is that the reliever Hirokazu Sarimura, sorry, Japanese, I butchered it. I mean, I'm not great. Pretty much is one of their pitchers. He was the latest guy to get tested positive for COVID-19. Boston has actually gotten through a wave of players that are hit hard by the outbreak, such as left-hander Martin Perez, right-hander Matt Barnes. Uh, some of them were checking out last week. Uh, Even their first base coach Tom Goodwin, he's had to go into quarantine. And other players in like the COVID-19 injury list. So the real question is, can the Boston Red Sox, even though they're already in the wild card, can they maintain that and stay healthy come now till October? Since COVID's hitting them like a bitch. Uh, I think another big storyline, or interesting, it was funny because there was some Mets fans during one of the games this past weekend that were actually booing their own team. I think it was a home game, booing their own teammates. And so one of the Mets players, Javier uh, Baez, he pretty much turned. He and some other players pretty much gave their own fans a thumbs down. Pretty much frustration. They had a pretty shitty August. I mean, they were doing pretty good. The first half of the season, they've been slumping. Their fans let them know it, and the players themselves retaliated with some thumbs down. So some apologies were issued, PR, whatnot. Uh, so a good bounce back is uh, Javier Baiz and Francisco Lindor. Uh, After apologizing, they made some contributions into a recent win that they had. Uh, let's see, he's booed. Pretty much Baiz was the hero of the last game because they had to come back from like a 5-1 deficit and they ended up winning 6-5. They were playing the Nationals, the Washington Nationals, and, and so yeah, after like he essentially helped win the game, Javier he gave him a thumbs up, and I think all was forgiven. So that's pretty good for them. Uh, Chicago White Sox had to put All-Star right-hander Lance Lynn on the 10-day injured list with a right knee inflammation. Chicago's doing pretty well in their respective league, so I'm pretty sure he'll be back. It's only for like a precaution that they put him on the IR for like a couple of days. And Los Angeles two-way sensation Shohei Ohtani will not take the mound this evening in their game
Oh
against New York
no.
Yankees. In order to give his right hand some extra time to heal, Ohtani was hitting his pitching hand by a 93-mile-per-hour fastball when they faced the San Diego uh, Padres. And Angels manager said the outfielder Mike Trout, he was also one of their big name stars, just got experiencing some soreness in his right calf after running the bases on Saturday, and that discussions about shutting him down, the three-time AL MVP for the rest of the season, is rapidly approaching. The Angels currently don't have a realistic shot at making the wild card spot unless they go like almost flawless and all the other teams ahead of them start losing. So it makes sense. Like this guy's a franchise player. If he's already not feeling 100%, like maybe we should just shut him down for the last weeks of the season and get him, a head start on that rest in the off season. But yeah, I'll get more info on any storylines and also the division leaders, a wild card, more on Thursday. So that's all I have to say about my Diamond Talk for the evening. Back to you, Dan.
Nice, nice. So that's gonna be for Diamond Talk for Superfan Art. So we're actually gonna go in and do a little, um, I guess not 360, but kind of, you know, twist. Now we're gonna go ahead and go right into our Great Iron News. We're gonna do right
Oh.
into football. So
Hut, hut, hut,
before
hut, hut.
right before we go into right our next segment, I did want to bring in our just a couple guests that do join us. In this case, I know that we talked a little bit about my sister coming on. And we do have a couple the guests from again, it's going to be students for a cleaner earth project. So they actually are a partner of us, of Mezzo Forte Sportz and Studio 13th Day. My sister's one of the founders. So they'll talk a little bit about that, and just kind of join us for a little bit of a sports talk. They are more of a medical students, so it's gonna be a little interesting where they do a little bit more like biological stuff. We're more like bar talk stuff. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. We'll figure it out. But in this case, without further ado, Evan, give me some
Some
music.
entrance theme music.
There we go. I think I got it right, guys. If I didn't get it right, then that's my bad. That's my bad. I've been doing a lot of editing. So we do have Natalia and Elvira. Go ahead and give a quick shout out and round of applause. How's everyone doing? Oh no, haven't bought them in. Haven't bought them in.
Bruh.
The reporting from San Marcos.
There. Actually, hold on. Let me admit and admit. All right, all right, all right, all right. Let's bring him in. Let's bring him in.
All right, reporting from parts unknown. Our guests for the evening. Mystery solved.
Let's go ahead. There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh. Okay, let me fix you guys real quick.
Hi.
Hello,
Hi
welcome to the
guys.
show. Glad to have you both here.
Thanks.
Again, glad to
Spend
be
some
here.
time with us. Yeah.
All right, guys. Just real quick. You guys. Hold on. Give me a quick minute. I just need to fix something.
All right. While you're fixing that, we'll get some introductions in order. We have, first off, we have Daniel's own flesh and blood sister here, Natalia Herrera. Say hello to everybody out there.
Hey guys, how are y'all doing? I'm smart sister over here, the science sister.
There's still another sister out there. Okay. And your friend, Natalia, is
Elvira, and she is one of my colleagues from the Students for the Cleaner Earth Project.
Yes. Hi,
excellent.
everyone.
Hello, Elvira. Good to have you here on board as well. We look forward to hearing more about what your organization's all about. Danny, anything to add?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, here we more than anything support, everyone that's all of our local groups, and just like kind of support each other. Really, right now in the bit of a really big situation, if you will, that the world is going through. It's kind of cool, for to stay in touch. We actually we were talking a little bit about it before the meeting, how just getting different views, of different things, now in in sports, right? But because we're a sports show, right? But just in general, different views of like what you know, what you think and stuff like that. It's just a good idea just to kind of see it different ways, not about the truth or about facts or anything like that, but specifically like just like going through like what type of way, like in sports, sports medicine, what's the best way, who and stuff like that. And hold on, I'm just still fixing you guys real quick. We'll start with, who wants to start? Hands up.
Elvira.
Yes, I can start by introducing
Yes.
our organization. Yes.
All right, go for it.
So, yes, as we said before, my name is Elvira Garias, and I am the Director of Operations, and Natalia is our Director of Marketing. We also have a third director. Her name's Nicole Vainberg, and she's the Director of Outreach. She was the one that brought us all together, so she made our friendship happen. And so what, just as you're speaking about, the pandemic, that is kind of what set off our organization. So our organization is called Students for a Cleaner Earth Project, also known as SCEP. And our mission is to reach out to individuals who want to give back to their community. And we do so through litter cleanup so we can clean our earth. And the reason why the pandemic really brought this up was because, everything started shutting down. For everyone's safety, volunteering was almost non-existent. And so we created this opportunity that anyone who really wanted to help out could do so on their own time, anytime they need, for however long, with anyone, and they could go to a park or a needed area that needs cleanup and clean up the area and then submit their hours to us, so that will help them, help us, help the earth. And during the COVID pandemic, we also saw that, we were all wearing masks and gloves. We're trying to keep clean, right? But all those things ended up in ditches and runoff. And so we found so many masks, so many gloves everywhere. And our group was amazing. Everyone helped clean up. We cleaned up so many bags of trash, and we really want to keep this going to really help our earth and help each other.
Excellent.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying. I help out local communities.
Mhm.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Natalia.
No,
Go
no
ahead.
worries. So I just wanted to emphasize, yeah, like Elvira said, anybody can help out and be a volunteer. You don't have to be a student, but of course we are geared towards students who are going to professional schools. You can keep track of your volunteer hours through us, and then we will verify them for any professional schools for your application. Membership is completely free, but we are a 501c3 organization, which means that any donations for our organization are all tax exempt. And any of these proceeds go directly back to the organization, to operations like the website, supplies for members, and eventually we do want to go towards, we are geared towards like getting a scholarship program eventually for our members. And for any additional information, you can follow us on like Instagram, Facebook, take a look at our website. We've worked really, really hard on it. Well, Vera has, she's done a great job. But yeah.
Yeah, and on screen, you guys actually have the actual Facebook and Instagram on there. So definitely give a follow, guys. It's not that it's not that hard to do. You guys follow new people all the time. Just give us a follow, and actually do something, for the community. Check us out. We are next time you guys do an actual cleanup. We'll go ahead. Well, at least I will. I'll see if I can get a crack AV to come out with me. Maybe get
Yeah.
Art all the way over here. But we'll see if we can help you clean out
Okay.
and everything.
You gotta pick me up in
whatever.
Laredo though.
Dude, I'll pay. I'll pay for the pizzas.
Oh, okay.
But that's awesome. No, so I guess I always ask everyone, why kind of do this, what kind of sparked and inspired to be like, you know what, I need to start something like this, help out my fellow peers. I don't know, who wants to answer?
I can answer that. So definitely in the beginning, like I said, Nicole she knew both of us. We didn't know each other quite yet. I didn't have the privilege as I do now. And she was the one that kind of was thinking about it. Like, I want to create something that helps students give back on their own time. Because what was very difficult for us as pre-med students was we have full-time classes. We usually work at least one job, sometimes two, and we're full of organizations. We're in like 5 organizations. We're doing shadowing. We're doing just research, anything that we can possibly do. We're like over the top, just trying to do everything. And so it's very difficult to kind of squeeze giving back to the community in there. Like, we want to, but maybe I only have the time bracket of 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And most volunteer places, they're open in the early day, and that's when I'm at school, or that's when I'm at work. So this really opens that availability for anyone to be like, hey, I have 30 minutes and the park next door looks atrocious. Let me just kind of pick up some things from there, and I'm giving back to the community in the time that works best for me. And doing that, I felt, we all felt, helped a lot of students, helped a lot of people do what they wanted to achieve in a time that was manageable for them.
That's awesome. I know that I went to, like, in high school, for me, I had to do volunteer hours, and because I was in Magnet, and I was in band, and I mean, a lot of some people that were in high school and band or whatever, and in Magnet, I had to take summer classes and stuff like that, right? But I just kind of learned that volunteer is obviously it's awesome, it's fun and it's awesome, but it takes time and it takes planning, and it's like it's, I mean, not to be like that, but it's kind of inconveniently placed in time where you have class or work or whatever. So that's awesome. That's actually really awesome. That's a really good idea, especially, like, I mean, right now, one of the hardest hit industries, which is the medical industry, medical students, just like students in general, but just the medical students themselves were like, I mean, it is the future. I mean, technically, right? That's awesome that you guys kind of thought of that and actually more than anything acted on it. So definitely, have you guys played any sports or anything like that? Do you like any teams or anything?
I don't.
Subtle, very subtle.
I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
Spurs.
I mean, the Spurs, I guess. Yeah. Wait. So where you guys at?
I'm
Dallas.
Oh, sorry. I'm currently in Galveston, Texas.
Galveston. Oh
Yeah.
wow. And where's Natalia at?
Dallas.
Whatever. Go see your Mavericks. Go see Luca.
Go see the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh yeah. How far is it? The stadium?
Like 20 minutes.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Let's go Arturo. What?
I want to go to Shiner, Texas, but it could be on the way.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. So, but all right. Well, just any quick thoughts, Art?
No, I agree wholeheartedly with y'all's mission out there. I know I've gone out on some walks around my own local community. I know since the pandemic has been pretty prevalent, you see a lot of masks being, blown or thrown inadvertently, and then our people go to HEB and they throw their gloves on the ground, for instance. So
Yeah.
it's been building up, on the sides of roads or in nature walks, parks. Uh, so it's good you got an organization that's proactive in getting the community involved, helping out those who need credits, or even just the whole like you said, being able to volunteer even when the hours aren't convenient for other organizations. You make it more convenient and accessible to others who could fit more around their schedule to volunteer. So hand to you, both of y'all and your organization. I know we're missing that third musketeer who was pretty much the brains of your operation.
Yes.
I'm kidding. It's a 3-brain operation. You're a Hydra.
Yes.
It's the middle part.
Well, there we go. Well, any last words? Anything for us?
No, we just want to thank y'all again for allowing us to be on here and helping us share our mission.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And Natalia?
Oh, my friend just wanted me to shout out the Astros.
Oh.
There we go.
Excellent.
Okay, here we go.
They're doing good.
I was like, how'd you ask us to do, Art? We literally just did Diamond Talk. So.
I mean, I was gonna say it on Thursday, but they're still at the top of their respective division. So here's hoping they just keep winning enough, and by all means, we're gonna see them in the postseason. So we got more baseball from them.
So there we go. There we go.
By the way, all the cans you see on the show, I recycle. So don't think I'm just like an alcoholic.
Thank you.
I do recycle it.
So then, okay. So real quick. So then, how? So I'm a medical student or like someone that wants to do this, right? How do I get in touch with you? What do I do? How do I go from me wanting to you?
Yes.
You
Yes.
said the website
So
already.
yeah, our website has all the information on there, but
Okay.
just to kind of quickly summarize it,
Mhm.
you go onto the website and you
Okay.
fill out our membership form.
Mhm.
It's completely free. It lets us get to know you a little bit better. It gives us your email so we can send you some reminders.
Nice.
And pretty much after that membership, you're ready to start. You can choose wherever you are. If you're not in Texas, you can do it in Oklahoma, wherever you want to go.
Wow.
Any
Okay.
park, any area that you see, definitely be safe. We don't want any accidents happening.
Yeah.
Be careful where you're at, especially like after it rains, muddy can be very slippy. And so just be careful, pick up some trash. And what you do is you take your trash bags,
Mhm.
you take a nice selfie with them,
Ooh.
and you send it to us to our email, which is also on our website. And you
That's
tell
cool.
us, your location, your full name, so we can document it, how many hours you spent picking up the trash and how many bags you picked up. And we documented all that for you. And then at the end of the month, we have a member of the month, and we also have a member of the year.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We
Cool.
also do have some really cool, completely recycled material T-shirts on our website. If
Oh,
anybody wants any,
there we
yeah,
go. What color?
yeah, they're super soft. They're green. They're very, very soft T-shirts. My friends are very picky, love them, and since I did help design them, I do recommend getting one
Okay. There we go.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Product
Good.
before they
placement.
run
What?
out.
Gotta give some self love. So definitely, the website is actually on screen as well for you guys, as well as the Facebook and Instagram as well as their mission, which is again inspire students to take initiative to litter cleanup in their community. That's awesome. I'm glad that in this case, unfortunately, we as people, just in general, just make a lot of trash. I just kind of on a personal level, even here, I was just before we started the episode, I was like, you know what, dude, like I'm not really dirty, but I have a lot of trash right now, and it's like kind of like whatever, right? But it's just my room, right? Whereas like we see it in the streets and stuff like that, and just a small little help. Not only do you help the environment, but also you obviously help yourself as well. Just don't do it at night and just be creepy about it or trespass or no
Yeah.
Pokemon Go stuff. Where you have to trespass. No, sir,
Yeah.
it's just trash. It's just trash. Put that stick down. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Do it in a safe manner in
no
groups
highways,
in daylight hours.
no highways, maybe parks or something.
Yeah, parks are good,
Yeah.
especially after it rains. The water takes all the trash to a runoff area, so if you're able to kind of, dig through the trees a little bit, definitely go with a group if you're going to be doing that. And all you'll find landfills of just accumulated trash. It's crazy. We have pictures of like the places that we've gone to, and pretty much we fill bag after bag just in one spot.
Yeah. How many have we picked up of our at this point?
I'd have to recheck the numbers. It's been a minute, but
I think it's over 100, maybe
yeah,
over 150 bags of trash.
yeah,
Dang,
we
that's a
Nice.
lot. That's a
And do you
lot.
all incorporate like before and after photos for the site?
yes, we
Or
have a few of those. Yeah, we encourage also our members to kind of take a before and after shot. I think it looks pretty cool when you see it like from mess to completely like spanky clean.
of course,
Nice,
but hopefully
nice.
not for people to boast and be all snobby about it. Look what I did.
Yeah, no.
What have you done
Oh
with your
yes,
lazy
No
self?
Arturo. No,
snobbiness.
yes, that's exactly what it's for, Arturo. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, do it. Be a diva. Chat ocho cinco that.
Yeah.
No, but honestly,
Like go and volunteer and take a selfie every single day and just get those volunteer hours like that.
yeah, I actually get paid for volunteer hours. Believe it or not, at work. I'm not gonna tell you where I work or whatever, but yeah, that's good. But obviously, thank you guys again just for kind of getting on, talking a little bit more about it. We'll definitely talk as well as you guys kind of develop on. We'll actually start getting into our partnerships a little bit more. So we start giving you guys a little bit more shout outs throughout our shows. You guys can get on and say what's up. Go Spurs go, or go Astros for your fans or whatever. But it should be it's fun. Obviously we always love to have people getting on, and obviously our partners in the community, right? Which is Students for a Cleaner Earth project. So again, just want to give another round of applause for them coming in. Thank you so much, Track AV. But we're actually gonna go ahead. I don't know if you guys want to stay on, but we're gonna talk a little bit about some. I guess it sounds kind of
Falcon.
Yeah, it's not Falcon Punch. We're gonna talk about a little NFL. We are gonna talk football, but a little bit more of a biological sense, more like a bio sense, more of science instead of just like pure sport. We do have Natalia here. I don't know if she was telling you, but I don't know if you want to stay on, if you have a little bit of time, or if I don't know what your plans are.
We gotta go pick up some trash right away.
Yeah, pick up trash. Yeah, I have some. I am currently a med student, so we have a good amount of studying to do. My interest is in forensic medicine, so
okay.
it's a little bit different. So Natalia was sharing with me, y'all are going to kind of go into sports medicine or something similar to that, and that's not quite my forte. So I think I'll
That's cool.
and let y'all do y'all's cool thing.
Maybe
That's right. Do your studying.
Yeah, we'll do. We'll see if we can do something involving that. Now I'm interested.
I
I'm
like a
Yeah.
good
curious.
forensic mystery.
Yeah. Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, we could do the Tom Brady inflated bat. Was it uninflated balls?
That's a mystery. I don't know if forensics can play into that.
I mean, but does it matter? Does it matter? Does it matter?
Find something that's more or less relevant,
I mean, it does.
and we'll
Still,
get
no,
you
it
back to
matters.
help us with that.
I'm just saying.
He's just saying.
I'll give you the facts, and then we'll do a episode. That'd be cool. I don't know. We'll figure something out. We'll talk
We'll get back
Elvira
to
has
you.
some really cool stories.
We'll
Elvira
get
has
our
some really amazing stories about her job before this and like her now studying.
Yeah, I did my master's in forensic medicine at the medical examiner's office in Maryland. So we're pretty much an autopsy every day. Got about 30 to 50 cases a day. So
Dang.
yeah, a lot of different ways to die.
Dang. That's
We'd love to hear that sometime.
I was like,
Yeah.
actually, was
A story for another day.
yeah. Let's do a podcast about that.
Maybe when we get closer to Halloween, we'll get some scary stories.
Yeah,
from you.
definitely.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Do it. Okay, cool. All right. You're on. You guys are on for the Halloween one, so just because.
Sounds
All right. Well, thank you again so much for joining us. Again, just follow guys to the chat, follow, and let us know if you have any questions as well. Just through our chat ourselves, and yeah, that's it.
Right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Elvira. Have a good
Good
evening.
night.
Bye.
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 Okay. Let me just rearrange you as otra vez. There you go, Natalia, over here.
You win. All right, Natalia, what's your highest level of education to date?
I have a master's degree in cell and molecular biology.
Oh,
Damn.
nice. I just got a little McNugget Bachelor of Arts. That's it. But most of your education was in the state of Texas, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Actually, at UTSA.
UTSA, all of your school education at UTSA?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I did 1 year at TMU, but then I transferred over to University of Texas San Antonio.
And then are you currently at school over there in Harlingen? Not Harlingen. Arlington?
Dallas.
Yeah, the Dallas-Fort Worth area?
No, I actually work in research, doing immunology mouse models.
Paid research?
Yes.
Nice. Cool. So pretty much your whole school trek from now to then, has your journey been worth it? Everything you expected? Everything you
Oh
expected
yeah,
it to be?
I really like science. It's really interesting to me.
Okay, no regrets.
No.
That's good.
No regrets.
You
No
found something
regrets.
you're passionate about and you followed through.
Yeah.
And look where you are today on a nice podcast.
Yes.
Hey, it's a good podcast. She's a nice lady.
Yeah.
I forgot to put this on my bucket list, but I'll put it on later and then scratch it off.
Yeah, of course. All right, guys. So we're gonna do a little quick twist. Well, give me some walk-in music, Mr. Crack AV. We're gonna start and do our gridiron news. I know we talked about it right before, but I did want to have our guests kind of come on and talk a little bit about it, about their project. Give me some music. Hold on.
You have a project, Natalia, on top of all this volunteering going on?
Oh, that's my only project right now. Well, I mean, like my research projects, but
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to elaborate anymore. It's a secret
Dude,
until it's finished.
she's curing like diseases and stuff. I don't know actually. Are you?
sort of. Just kidding. No.
What do you mean sort of? You mean sort of?
Okay. You're doing some kind of thing to help out mankind.
Yeah.
All right then.
right. Well, I mean, something like that. All right, guys. So we'll go right into our next segment, which should be Oh man, I feel like you're too close to me over here.
Oh, you can move me, bro.
Move you. Oh my god. Hold on. Give us a little more space there. Hold on. There you go. I'm gonna put chat over here. No chat. No chat. Let's move chat. Dang, that's a really cool song. Sorry, guys. It's a cool
That's fine. So Natalia, your field is more in terms of anatomy and physiology, with that
Yeah,
like a rough guess on my part. And
it
then
has to do.
your
Go
other
ahead.
sister Tanya is more into the psychological aspect,
Basically, yes.
more about the mind. You're more about the body,
Hmm.
and Danny's about the soul.
song.
He'll find a way to do something with the human soul.
Yeah, I mean,
He watches
money.
he watches a lot of ghost hunters. He could do
Oh
something
yeah,
in that
oh
field.
yeah, oh yeah. I watched Doctor Strange, so he kind of manipulates stuff. I don't know. I'm just talking smack now. I'm just
It's all right,
talking
Danny.
lies
We got two out of three editors helping out humans in some way.
now. Whatever. I help out people too. I get them loans and get them into debt.
Okay, financially. So they can
Nah,
afford to go see the other editors. You help them finance those loans.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So,
yeah.
but
That's
yeah,
right.
so
I'm just busting your balls, Danny. Don't worry about it.
but no, but in this case, we'll just go ahead and just continue on, guys. So we're gonna talk real quick into our NFL talk, which should be just our football gridiron news. So we took a couple headlines, but before or as we do that, we are gonna talk about the 17th game. So you guys, as you guys know, this year they're actually adding another game to the season. It's been
Oh
16
no.
games. Yeah, I know. It's been 16 games for a long while. But they just, I mean, no, it's not. Just straight up that. Most people think it's a money grab. It obviously is, but it doesn't really matter because everyone is still gonna watch it, right? So, um, all I know is that it is gonna be kind of uh, it is gonna be pretty interesting this year. In terms for how it affects the season. It's not gonna be you can't go 8-8 anymore. You have to go either 9-8 or 7 or 9-8 or 8-9 or whatever. You'll have a losing or winning season like a huevo. So either way, for sports, it should be pretty cool, because we're just fans and we just want more football. But I mean, realistically, like, I mean, it's football, dude. Like football, super fan art. Like, there's no like, you can't chill in football. You know what I mean? You can't take it easy, especially if you're a lineman or whatever. I mean, these dudes are like hitting hard. Um, it's different, than that I was just talking to, and I'm gonna use the example, I'm gonna steal it from her, but I was just talking to her as we were planning episode to with Natalia that I was like, well, why is it? I mean, it's just an extra game, and she's like, yeah, but imagine like marathon runner, it's 20 runs 26.2 miles, is used to run marathons, boom, 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 got him. And they're like, nah, never mind, 27. Like, even though it's point 0.8, like, the body's just straight up not used to it. Like, it's like, whoa, why am I going after point 0.2 or whatever? And I mean, it matters, if you're just used to it. Obviously, these are, NFL players, not everyone, plays a full season. But it does matter still. Because you still need to win or play the game, and obviously you're gonna try to win it. So I'll go ahead and just kind of pass it on to Natalia real quick. Just kind of ask you, um, in this case, what do you think that's going on. Um, just like where do you think it's going, kind of like in the future, and just like I don't know, just your thoughts on it in general.
Well, I have a question for you first. Is that gonna
Oh,
move? Is that gonna move the Super Bowl date? I have a fan
I
question.
think it should still be the
No,
same
it should
dates.
be the same. It's just so what happened is so chat or everyone. So what happens is they used to have 4 preseason games. Now they're gonna have only 3 preseason games. 3 preseason games.
Uh,
2 weeks before the season starts, I think, or 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. Y luego the seasons will start. Where it's instead of 4 weeks, it's gonna be preseason gonna be 3 weeks of preseason, and instead of 16 weeks of regular season, it's gonna be 17. So they're just
So
I
did they start the season early, or they're gonna end the regular season later?
they started the season earlier.
Okay, they started the season 1 week earlier.
Yeah, yeah, because they added
Awesome.
yeah, because it was like technically 5 weeks. It was 4 weeks preseason, one week, and then the season starts. Whereas now it's like three, uh, like preseason or whatever, and then you have to 2 weeks, so you have to start it 1 week early, whatever. Anyways,
Okay.
yeah,
Basically, long story short, there's an extra week
yeah,
of real play because this in the preseason you have guys trying to get on the team. Now it's the real starters,
yeah,
some guys who are fighting for, you know, their paychecks or their contracts. They're gonna give it out for one extra week. So, players they complain with validation they need extra they need more rest. That's why a lot of injuries occur later on during the season with big name stars getting minor injuries, even sometimes non-contact injuries that end them for weeks or even the whole season. So putting in an extra week, they think the repercussions are going to lead to more injuries. So I think that's what Danny wanted to get your viewpoint on, is the validation of these players, you know, in their bodies, taking care of their bodies. Some might be overly dependent on painkillers, some of which I know there's concussion protocols. They're always experimenting with newer equipment to help reduce the amount of concussions or even take out players when they even see the slightest sign of concussions. But it is a full contact sport. Uh, at the end of the day, people will get hurt from the pros, all the way down to high school and even middle school. But going to the pros, uh, so there's different issues on both sides with the extension of the season. What are your thoughts on, you know, what could be valid reasons for the players thinking about, uh, not against, they're against all this extra time playing. Uh, I mean, don't get me wrong, they got some of the best medical staff in the country, or they can even fly out of country if they need particular meds or specialized treatment. Uh, but as an outsider or from someone from the medical field, what are your views on the sport as it is currently today?
yeah, I mean, we're sort of talking about it, and like you said, he stole my example. Like your body's sort of used to like a certain amount of effort and everything that's what you've trained for, and you end up like pushing it more. And then there's like this mentality of like, oh, playing through the pain, and then like if you do end up playing through the pain and you don't um, end up like resting whenever you need to, which I'm sure they won't, you end up getting like prescribed painkillers, and it's just like a vicious cycle that, I mean, yeah, like 1 week may not, in the short term, like may not be like a huge deal, but like in the long term, it may play like a bigger role in like some of these players' injuries. And I mean, they have like these short careers that they have to like go all out in and like
Yeah.
make as much money as they can.
Or if they
So
don't play through the pain, they could just get easily replaced by
yeah.
the next person up. And over the years, if they do play through so many pain medications, there could be some underlying issues like scar tissue that's been unresolved. Like this guy, he shouldn't have been playing like for years. Well, he toughed it out with all these different opioids. I'm not going to get into CBDs, uh, different kinds of painkillers, uh, what's legal and not legal substances, just if to stay in their job because like I said, the career is very short lifespan. They got to milk it for all it's worth. Uh,
Yeah.
and so it's tough on the psyche of these players. Some of which they go to college very briefly. They're not instructed so much on some of the cons of the game. uh if you're a high school player and like you're one of the top recruits, you go to like a big name school like Alabama. Maybe you go for 1 year or two, but you don't really learn much. You don't develop your mind as much to learn about some of the darker parts of the sport. uh, and maybe you're always doing what you're being told. And so maybe your coach is just saying suck it up, you know we go to the
Yeah.
locker room. You're gonna get a shot in the knee. And you're gonna go back out there because we need you. Yeah, because money. It, we need to win this game for our alumni, our sponsors. Well, in the pros, it's not alumni. In college, it's alumni. In the pros, it's our sponsors. So yeah, money
Oh,
is pretty much the root of it all. But the players, they get affected.
And
Sorry,
yeah.
I interrupted.
No, no, no. I don't know if you guys already touched on this, but I also like was wondering, so college athletes can now like earn money, right? Like because of their likeness and everything during college. Like, I wonder, me not knowing anything about sports, I wonder how that's going to play into like how many, like, since they're going to have longer careers and how much money they're going to earn, like, is that going to be better in the long term? Like spacing it out, they're like, oh, okay, well, I have more of a chance to earn money, or is that going to be worse for them? I don't know.
um,
I was
I
just wondering.
I think more than anything, um, it's just gonna give a chance to the smaller people, because
Yeah.
sports is very politics driven, extremely politics driven, where even like the the best players are not on the field. The best players that represent the school are on the field. That's if you're for like Bama or whatever, because you're just anyone on the field is like a five, A player or whatever. But I think it's gonna more than anything. I think it is gonna matter. I think it's gonna be, like people. I think people think a little bit more of a, oh, I don't know about going to NFL. More, not more, more anything, the superstars, because only like the superstars make it to the NFL, get first round, second round, third round,
I
and
believe
then
you
Yeah.
go.
mentioned earlier only about 1% of all the college athletes get to make it to the pro level.
Yeah, get drafted. Yeah.
So yeah,
So.
it could make more sense to play out all your 4 years of eligibility
Mhm.
while you're getting sponsored by some local or state business. You
If you
get
have
the money.
especially if you have a family already, like if you're like that young and you have a family already, like, and people are like, oh no, they're making so much money and they're young. Okay, someone else is making that money anyway. Just
Yep.
Yeah.
give it to the kid. Like, what are you talking about? So, and and I'm pretty sure they're making more money than what they're giving to the kid based on his likeness, like Ohio State and all them, how they make so much money off of these players. Now they'll be able to get it. Which one of the Ohio State players is actually just got a 1.4 million endorsement?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So oh, my school got a new civil engineering wing. Well, guess who paid for that? And it wasn't 100% the alumni.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
so like, hold on, playing devil's advocate, is that gonna like make younger players then like hide their injuries too though? Like they're gonna be like, no, 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 I'm gonna play through the pain. Like I need to make money too.
maybe I think,
Because this is new. This is a brand new thing.
yeah.
Yeah,
I've yet to see if there's any trends going in any direction. It's just pure speculating. But that
yeah,
is a valid point. Would they also
Yeah,
hide
do that.
injuries?
But I
Just
don't
to,
think so, dude. I think at that point, because it's corporate, they're gonna drug test you. They're gonna check you. They're gonna, dude. You represent us. Like, we're paying you $1 million. You know, we're gonna check you everything. Like, we own you. That's the thing. Like, it's gonna be one of those things where, like, well, yeah, you're 18, 19, but I don't care. You, you were on. We.
there's a contract that
It's
you
a, yeah.
signed and we demand
That's the only
weekly drug
campaign.
tests.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think. I think it might be more because football is very much of a, tough man, tough it out type of sport.
Mhm.
So I think that with alternative stuff coming up, like for recovery and stuff like that, I think it's gonna get a little bit better. Because people are like, oh well, people our athletes aren't faster or anything like that. Well, I mean they are. They're faster, stronger, bigger. But why? I mean they're like the same human. Well, yeah, but technology, knowledge, all that stuff. You get better. You get better diet. You get better.
Yeah.
Exercise. You get
Training regimen.
training
Training better.
regimen.
Yeah.
Yeah. As science moves on, there's better supplements or whatever. So now athletes are so powered that it just becomes like now, well, just you'll be fine. Just wing it out. Real quick. So just in this case, I guess my question. Oh, my bad. Let me move
My question.
my. My whenever I guess I was like, oh,
Technical difficulty.
so you're gonna put the oh my god.
That's right. Evan, we know you're there. We love you, brother. You've been creeping, listening to all of our phone conversations.
No. So in this case, real quick, we are gonna just talk again the 17th game. At one point, so obviously the 17th game for me, just my view of it is, I think obviously it's a money grab.
Yeah, the owners are
For the
happy.
owners,
The
yeah,
fans are happy. It's just the players who some
fan-
think got thrown under the bus.
fantasy football just going to the week. I mean, it's like bad. It's amazing for the fans, but it's like not good for the players. So just like my question is now, at what point does entertainment matter more than the health? We talk so much, or the NFL talk so much crap, or so much stuff saying, no, we care about the players and things like that. Um, do you? I don't know. It sounds like just give them some pills, inject them, go, 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 go. And oh, it's because we're in the middle of the game or whatever. I know, dude, but I mean, he broke his leg. Like, what is it? You hear all these players like, oh yeah, dude, he broke his leg. Really? I didn't even feel it. Well, yeah, because they injected it with like,
Yeah.
you know,
He is so high off he didn't even know what kind of painkillers.
yeah. So, yeah.
Oh,
So, as before we do answer that though, I'll go ahead and have Art uh initiate something real quick.
uh, all right. Sorry. Tradition dictates that it's 10 p.m., so that means we're officially Mezzo Forte Sportz after dark. Evan, some music. Si, senor. Thank you. That just means we're unedited, uncut, bloopers, everything. We can drink alcohol now. Not that it mattered. I started a long time ago. I'll just get a quick roundtable if anyone's drinking anything spirit related. Natalia, what did you just sip on right now?
That was water. Okay.
It looked a little vodka-ish to me. That's fun. Good. Stay hydrated. Daniel, what are you sipping on and munching on? Oh, we should get them to be our sponsor, bro. Love the drink.
Whatever. What are you drinking, Art? Talk to me.
Oh, I was sipping on some Tecate Original. Better than the blue one. And now I'm sipping on some Coors Light, and I got some Shiners cooling in the fridge. I mean, we don't know how long the show is. I need some fuel for later. Evan is drinking Blue Powerade.
Blue Powerade, nice.
That's good. Electrolytes. Good shit. Oh, we could cuss now, Natalia, so don't hold back.
Yeah, so you're good.
We're what?
We could cuss. It's after 10 p.m.
Nice.
You could freely cuss, throw a few F-bombs out there. We don't mind.
And also go ahead and just put whatever it is that you are drinking tonight with us. Just go ahead and cheers. Everyone put your drinks up. 1, 2, 3. Cheers. Yeah.
Yep. Cheers to all of our viewers out there. Oh, we got somebody drinking Sprite from McDonald's.
Nice.
I would have gone with Coke. Supposedly, they say the Coca-Cola from McDonald's is more concentrated. That way, no matter how much ice they put in, it still has that nice Coke flavor. They're not a sponsors, by the way. I just freaking love the Coke from McDonald's.
Yeah, seriously. And the sweet tea is bomb. It's sugar, but I love it. I'll swim
Sugars?
in it.
Nice.
All right, we'll go ahead and right into just our question. So, Natalia, again, at what point does entertainment matter more than health?
I mean, honestly, if as an outsider who again knows nothing about sports, I feel like a lot of these teams definitely already put entertainment way over health, like with the overprescription for opioids that I've just been reading all these reviews and stuff, like medical reviews, how they just like overprescribe opioids to make them work through the pain and stuff like that. But honestly, like if they were smart about it, they would definitely shift over to more of a health view just so that their players can go for longer and they won't have like these crazy like after effects, these chronic pains afterwards after they retire and everything.
What about you, Art? What do you think?
Money. I mean, sadly, money's the money and the I want to say the fat cats, but the powers that be, the hidden behind the shadows, controlling the strings. It's always going to be about their bottom line. Bottom line is, championships and the fans. They pay the bills. You got to make that relationship happy, and the players are the means to that end.
Yeah.
Now, more games, more money, more possibilities for championships. Technically, uh, players obviously they're playing for their spots, their
Yeah.
positioning. Uh, so sadly, it's just when does it come to a head? There's been studies developed about brain scans of former players or deceased former players that's shown significant trauma that's pretty much turned, I want to say their brains into mush, but it's definitely not helped them deteriorate, well in their early 40s or 50s and on. I know, Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers. They don't get sacked a lot. They obviously get coddled. They get taken care of. Their position doesn't get them tackled a lot, as much as that running back who was every day running 20 times or more through a field of just big guys the size of refrigerators who want nothing to do but like rip your head off. And Danny just says, keep going. So I'll just keep my rift. Uh, but I mean, we didn't really explore into other sports. That's because football is the main, one of the top sports here in the U.S. Uh, Obviously, I mean, I'm sure to a certain extent they might have the same problem with European football, soccer, when
Yeah.
some of their highest paid players need to win some kind of championship or World Cup, and in the halftime, you don't know what kind of shots are given. To, I think it's a lot more shady or underhanded in Europe, or they could get more. But I digress. Here in the U.S., money, money talks, bullshit walks. Uh, I mean, here in the state of Texas alone, football is almost like a second religion. People are very passionate about it. Uh, People, you know, go out in record numbers to like some of these events. Uh, Dallas Cowboys, they're one of the top franchises of any sport in the world, like $1 billion franchise. Uh, so yeah,
Down the street from Natalia.
If anyone
yeah.
wants to visit me, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
I think I think one of our comments on YouTube is high school, even local communities put a lot of stock and stake in their local high schools. You know, just in Friday Night Lights, almost the whole town shuts down to go attend the games of these kids in their teens. Some of which get badly injured or concussed, but all for the entertainment and money. Uh, I know we're kind of bad talking football. Uh, so I'll pass the baton to y'all on how you think the state of sports, entertainment, and money that trifecta is, you know, toxic, or is something that just needs to evolve to be a little bit more better?
So
I mean,
what do
even
you think?
so,
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I mean, even in yeah, like you said, even in high school, whenever I was in band, my brother was in band. Even like whenever we would go play, we would go play at football games. Like it was such a big deal. Like their Friday night football was like a huge thing that would attract all these different people and all these different things. So like especially here in Texas, sorry, especially here in Texas, it's such a big money maker. And it's such a yeah, like you said, like a religion. It's
And
so crazy.
I think kind of like to just answer the question myself. Um, at what point does entertainment matter a little bit more than the health? It's I mean the NFL or football itself. It's not a contact sport. Actually, it's a collision sport. Players get seriously hurt. I believe that I think they're really underpaid, compared to like the damage that they kind of do to their bodies. But at the end of the day, at least when you get to the professional level, you're a professional. Like it's just you just have to work hard, because if you don't, then the next guy next to you will, and stuff like that. Um,
Yeah.
I think that health is very important. You have to kind of maintain good health and stuff like that. But it's just kind of like the pressure, and not just the NFL, but NFL. We kind of because it's easy, right? Because you see people get hurt, right? But also the NBA, also the soccer, and tennis. A lot of players, in golf as well, back problems and stuff like that. You tell me if they're, I'm not saying that they're all addicted to pain meds or anything like that, but
If the
stuff like
the pressure to perform hasn't enticed them to find the means to help them perform through the pain.
yeah, exactly, and that's fine. If you oh you can I can perform to the pain and stuff like that, but I don't think that's a good idea. Where um in this case, a good way would be a question from there would be just to be like, well, what's a better way to recover? What and I ask you that back to you, Natalia. What like what's a better way in this case? Like I'm an NFL athlete. I want to recover after an injury, or right after an injury, or even after a game. You know, I don't want to take pills. I don't want to be taking pills. What should I do, or where should we kind of go from here? Just kind of your thoughts of how it is and maybe its future.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different things and um that like people can do like for recovery that are like non-pharmacological, like not medicine. Obviously, you can take, Tylenol, ibuprofen, even those in combination, and they work pretty well, even though people are like, no, 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 they're just like well, over the counter, they don't work as well. But there's always the cryotherapy, like ice baths, or actually going to like a cryotherapy place. There's massages. There you can do compression garments, um, as well as um, physical therapy. Sorry, my friend who is a prosthetics and orthotics resident is very helpful in this stuff. Prevention is always the best thing as well. So one of the things that he was telling me about was students are more protected against injury with like bracing. They linemen have knee braces, pitchers have shoulder braces, stuff like that. So even prevention is better than treatment, honestly. But if you can, obviously, after exercise, after intense sports like that, there are non-pharmacological things that you can do. Some people even do some crazy things like acupuncture, yoga. Yeah, this is literally like stuff
It's
that
sometimes
people
it's
do.
that mind over body.
Yeah, yeah, it's whatever honestly like relaxes your body and helps you like helps you recover both your mind and your body. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, in a slightly unrelated note, I know one of my sisters here in Laredo, she has purchased what's called one of those acupuncture mats. It's basically just a mat not like a yoga mat, but it's a small little rectangular mat, and it has a bunch of little floret looking things that actually spikes. And the purpose is you're supposed to lie down on those, and supposedly it kind of triggers the nerve endings or whatever, or opens your chakras if you believe in such things, and
Yes.
helps to kind of relax a bit. Maybe release melatonin, I guess, in the brain. I don't know. I've tried it a few times. The pain subsides after like the first 10 seconds because you are lying down on spikes. But then I guess the mind kind of just gets used to it or forgets. You don't even know you're lying on spikes until you get off. And then you're like, oh, I was lying on spikes. But that's all right. It felt good for a while. And I'm a little more relaxed because my brain has released chemicals that say I'm relaxed.
So
I
what?
digress. That's just an example.
Well, what do you think, Natalia, of that?
What's the Theragun? Sorry, my friend just told me the Theragun has taken over sports recovery. I don't know what a Theragun is. Do you guys know what a Theragun is?
Go what?
Uh,
All right, let's Google it. What is it? Just spell it out.
I'm thinking of that little.
Thera gun. Oh, is it like the?
Those
Oh,
machines
it's
that just massage with
yeah,
pressure.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
That it just like
That's big.
basically just beats
because of
you.
Brady. It's because of
That has blown up
Brady.
exponentially.
Because of Brady. Oh no, it's not
Basically,
Brady. It's because of Cristiano Ronaldo. That commercial.
you tenderize a part of your body with that machine, and it helps send more blood towards that area. I guess, or it helps with bruising or pain. I don't know.
What
It
do you
felt,
Yeah,
it
it's
felt
like a
good though.
very rough massage.
What do you think,
A very
Natalia?
awesome
What would
massage.
you do? Like, what would you recommend?
Me?
Yeah,
What?
like for like say like
No, the
NFL
other
player.
Natalia.
Yeah, for
Sorry, I didn't hear it.
the NFL players, like, what would you recommend? But like, all right, you know what? Like, I would probably recommend start doing this or whatever.
Yeah, honestly, like the
Like your personal opinion.
my personal opinion, no medical license, disclaimer. My personal opinion is doing non-pharmacological treatment. Everything else other than medicine. Um, but if absolutely necessary, obviously, but if directed by your doctor, sorry, non-steroidal um, anti-inflammatories like NSAIDs, ibuprofen, and Tylenol combined work great. And doing ice baths, stuff like that is really, it feels really, really nice. Physical therapy, I don't know. That's all I got.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think that the NFL does have a long way to kind of still go to catch up.
Yeah.
Like sports stuff, sports medicine, just sports in itself is starting to catch up on like just medicine.
Yeah.
See surgeries. Yeah, there's been a lot of that's in its own right, its own stuff. Um, but just in general, more anything for sports, well, I guess just for anyone in general, right? The big part is the recovery part, where you see like, I mean, you see KD, he had his ankle, like
Mm-hmm.
ligament in his ankle tore. Oh, ah, man, I can't even like Kobe también, like, but it's like stuff like that where you're like, and then they came back or whatever. Like how? I mean, yeah, obviously they have therapy and everything like that. And obviously it's also personal will, right? Willpower.
Yeah.
But in this case, it's crazy how like medicine has gotten to kind of to that point. Just like real quick in this case, um, just in general, you think that the 17th game, we talked about it a little bit earlier. Will that affect just players, their recovery and stuff like that? What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, every time that you end up adding more and more to like, you keep pushing the finish line further and further and further, people are gonna like do things, are gonna get crazy and crazier to try to like get to that finish line. And I mean, I think in the long term, like, yeah, it's gonna create more money, it's gonna create more promotion for these athletes, but it might be harmful in the long term, like with those injuries and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
That's just my
yeah.
personal opinion.
Yeah, I think I don't know. What do you think, Superfan are actually? Talk to me about that.
No, I see the logic in that. You know, the longer you extend the season, the more prone to stress and injuries. That's pretty much inevitable. You put more wear on the body, uh, for financial gain of these, fat cats that are in charge of everything. Uh, I think the only silver lining is it encourages debates and conversations like we're having right now about player safety and how we can move forward with that. I think one of our comments on YouTube was saying that, a big jump in player safety has been through the advancement with different kinds of plastics out there, helping with the equipment, uh,
Okay.
stud, studies, studies and scans over long periods of time, more knowledgeable about concussion protocols is now more prevalent. So at least dialogues like this, at least help for future years. Uh, maybe right now as we speak, or maybe tomorrow, there's labs out there that are researching different kinds of ways to help make the game safer or develop better equipment, or maybe rewrite the rules a little bit better. I know an unpopular one was about getting rid of the kickoffs because
Yeah,
I think that was like the highest percentage play that players get injured was in kickoffs,
yeah.
where they're running at full speed, both players from different ends of the field, and high. That's the
And that's
highest
literally
impact
what
you
it
could get. Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And it's dude,
It
like
can be game
I
changing,
hate it
entertaining.
because as a fan you love it, right? You love it. You love kickoffs, and then you have
Yeah,
your Deion Sanders, all your your it just show like your players that kind of got famous to the kickoffs and stuff.
yeah,
But dude, it is dangerous. Like it is. Like
yeah,
like you said, literally they're running full speed at each other. Like no, we
yeah.
shouldn't. Maybe we shouldn't do this. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I still think because a lot of people are like, oh, NFL it is. I think it is a lot safer. I think even now, with the whole no leading with with their head and teaching kids how to tackle since they're a little bit younger, so they themselves don't get hurt as well. So it just I don't know. Well, I see the sport is evolving. I know the NFL is getting a little or a lot involved in getting even with like the Pee Wee level.
Well, that's
Yeah,
I think a side effect of some of these safety protocols is that now I don't say players are soft, but it seems that the officiating, referees, and you could probably you've been seeing in soccer for years, even the minor injury or contact results in fouls being called. You see in soccer a lot, flops being called. Players they do kind of sell it a bit, so it's hard to tell which is a valid
Yeah.
injury from like a play. In NFL, like minor things, that's boom, 20 yards the other way for an accidental chop block. It was not his fault. Or you can see he stops his momentum, but he still runs into the guy by
I
accident.
mean, but they do it too more than anything, just to protect the quarterback. It is that, but just the quarterbacks are the ones. I mean, I don't think the quarterbacks are soft because they still get hit. I mean, they get hit,
Yeah.
Um, but I just think they protect the quarterback more. I understand what the NFL, and that's the reason why they call a lot of fouls on the quarterback. It's like, look, dude, don't hit him. Like you can knock him down, but don't hit him. Like literally, that's what they're telling him, even though it's football, whatever.
And that's because they're protecting those players that are
Yeah,
part of the faces of these franchises, and they don't want to see them sidelined by injuries. Uh, so yeah, the officiating could be biased. But my point was player safety might lead to more officiating getting called. I think NBA is also another one where simple fouls are called by just randomly touching a guy.
but I
I
think
mean by accident.
yeah, and I think the NBA it's a little bit easier because it's like less players and like a little bit more constant play. Where the NFL is like fast, 3 seconds, go, and it's like you can see replay and stuff like that, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that works out for. See like if we see more or less injuries. Well, actually, we'll see it. Maybe um teams learn how to better manage their teams and not play them for 16 games. Since it's gonna be 17 games. Maybe I'm not gonna play. Aaron Donald for all 17 games. Maybe I'm gonna play him for 14. Start resting players and stuff. I don't know that. I mean, maybe I can see that.
Righto. Just off tangent, Natalia, had you ever been in any kind of sports at any point in your life? Didn't have to be
No.
in a team. Could be just uh, maybe even just playing in the park with some friends, frisbee
So
golf,
I am
anything.
very, very, very uncoordinated. I will fall.
Oh,
The most that I've played is soccer with like my older cousins and stuff. That was pretty fun. So I'm a soccer fan whenever the World Cup comes on, and actually
yeah,
like
yeah.
bringing it back. Yeah, bringing it back around. What's that soccer player that used to like just like throw himself down from Brazil? Or
Neymar.
Brazil, Neymar.
Yeah, Neymar.
yes.
Dude.
Whenever they would touch him and he just like threw himself, he
Dude.
dove.
Were we talking about him? We were talking about when they were playing the Copa America. Remember? I was bitching with Tosco. I was like,
Oh my
Tosco,
god.
do these guys play? Like, do they play? Like, does Neymar can he stand still?
Who could flop
Like,
the
is he
best?
stable? Like, do I need to carry him? Cause he was like, espérate, o sea, levántate. Like, dude, like, and then not just him, like, it was annoying because it was like the veteran guys, and like you could see that like the regular like the because and was it in I think it was the Olympics. It was the Olympics. I think it was the Olympics.
Uh,
Yeah, because because they had brought veteran players, but they also have like players that are under 21 or under 22,
Joe.
stuff like that. So all the other players were like all excited to be there representing Brazil or whatever. They're really good and everything. And Lord Neymar, they're like, I'm Mexico. And it's like, okay, cool. And then he's like, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Like, levántate. Like, even the other guy was like picking him up, I was like, hey, get off me. Like, I don't know. That's just, I mean, for me, that's just annoying. But I can see like it's a tactic. I mean, it works. Whatever. Popovich, hack a
yeah,
Shack. He invented
it's
hack
a
a Shack,
tactic.
whatever. But it's just
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
I
that
get
was just like the first thing that came to mind whenever you were talking about like
yeah.
oh,
So
people are gonna like I was like Neymar.
that's fine. Hopefully, when if and then you do play, you didn't do those kind of easy fouls. You just flopping.
No. No, of course not. I was like 7, they were 18. We like all crashed into each other. It was great. It was awesome.
All right. Seeing that you're in the Dallas Fort Worth area, I wouldn't suspect you're a Dallas FC fan with the MLS.
Mm-mm.
Okay, if you
I
were,
I
you what?
I like mostly go for San Antonio teams right now. I haven't
Oh, okay.
transitioned over.
I was
nice.
gonna say if you were Dallas FC, I'm sure you'd be happy that they creamed Austin FC this past Sunday or Saturday, I believe. It was 5-3 in Austin. But that's cool. You're not Dallas FC, so you're cool by my book. Just don't go with the Houston Dynamo.
Yeah, I know who's that. Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, we're gonna have you sign off. I know that
Yeah.
you do need to work tomorrow
Mhm.
early. JK, she can go in at any time.
Yeah, I make my own
Whatever.
schedule.
Whatever.
That's fine. So when October, Natalia, your homework is when October comes, you need to have your own scary stories to have on the show with your friend Elvira.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's not as cool as forensics, but I'm sure you know some ghost stories or whatever.
We can do
I
some.
mean,
I-
I work in the ER.
We can do sports conspiracies. I don't know. It's the closest thing
Or
I can do for
medical
I hate
oddities.
you. Whatever. All right, guys. So
Medical sports horror stories.
there we go. Medical Sports Horror Stories. Dang, that is a podcast right there. All right, guys. Well, just want to say, everyone, thank you so much for listening to Natalia here today. And obviously, just follow. We'll post it up later on during this week. On all your Instagram, Facebook, and everything. We'll tag each other and everything. Any last words?
No, thank you for having me on. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Go to our website if you're interested, or if not, just share our info. That'd be great. And thank you so much for having me on, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Yeah, glad to have new people on the show talking about what they're passionate about.
Yeah, of
Yeah, have a
course.
good night.
All right, you have a night. Bye.
Bye.
But
And then there was two.
and the devil, which is Evan, makes 3. Oh no! Oh no! Bad shit. Okay. Wow, well, that was a lot of good thought-provoking discussions we got.
So
I like it.
We'll go right into some NFL headlines / hot routes. So, of course, obviously, you guys know what our hot routes are, which is just a couple routes that a couple scenarios that we kind of look at to see, if you'll take the hot route or if you don't. So, we'll actually start with just some NFL headlines real quick. So the Patriots do release Cam Newton. So the Mac does actually get the nod. So in this case, just where is Cam landing? Just a good question. Of just for us to kind of think. And in this case, obviously, how does this affect Belichick's legacy? I don't know. Have you talked a little bit about it, Art? What do you think? Who do you think? Where do you think going to?
Okay.
What do you think? Talk to me.
Well, I'll preface this with Cam Newton. He had a shot last season, right? It was pretty much his season to prove his worth. Yeah, it wasn't a very fruitful season, not entirely his fault. Now, these preseason games that happened over these past weeks pretty much showed that Mac Jones, formerly QB of Alabama, uh, uh, under the tutelage of Nick Saban, that he is he was more NFL ready coming out of college. He had the better preseason games. He proved his worth, that he's got some poise, and that he could, potentially lead his team, or Belichick's team rather, or at least follow directions more under Belichick. So for whatever multitude of reasons, Cam Newton got the boot. I don't blame him. It was, a decision that I think was already in the works ever since they drafted Mac Jones. They felt probably already since then they weren't 100% sold on Cam Newton. So, sadly, Cam Newton has been not in his prime years since leaving the Panthers. Some teams that might be able to use him as a starter or backup. The top one right now comes to mind is how things are going on in Houston with the whole Deshaun Watson situation. I mean, he didn't want to play with Dallas, and then lawsuits happened, allegations happened. I think they have Tyrod Taylor, who was at the snap, not doing too bad in the preseason games, but a chance to have Cam Newton on like discount. I think Houston might take a bite out of that deal. Who else is kind of in need of a QB these days? Not so much the Dolphins, since they got young talent there. I don't know. Right now, my money is on Houston as a landing spot, potentially.
I think so too. I think Houston is a big one. I can see Denver, maybe. They don't have a good stable QB.
They made a push to get Teddy Bridgewater.
I mean,
so they kind of had some more faith in him.
Yeah, I feel like they had to,
Okay.
But imagine I guess they already have that QB battle going, but another team what I surprised you didn't mention was Cowboys.
That's right.
They
I
did
mean,
a
Dak Prescott's, we don't know how his injury is progressing, and they got rid of
the new chief.
Gilbert and the new cheat, so they're
Yeah,
just one backup now
yeah.
with
So
Cooper Rush.
another one for me is the Philly. I don't know. Did you say Philly? No, right?
The Eagles?
Yeah, the Eagles.
They got Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and he's hurt.
Oh, Hurts is hurt.
I mean, not really, but kind of. It's like kind of weird situation where they kind of don't know if he's hurt or not. I don't know. See, like, so I mean, I would just be like, all right, let me just get in Cap Newton, have him go in there, be a vet guy, and have him learn a little bit. It's not like the Eagles have anything to lose. I mean, nor win.
Or
I mean, honestly, like that whole division is all, flip of a coin.
the Washington football team with
Oh, the
Alex Smith.
the Washington football team as well. I don't think Alex Smith is there. Who's there? Who is it?
Oh, he retired?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, retired, dude.
That's true. I don't even know who's the main guy for Washington. Not that I cared.
Yeah, I was
I
like,
hate Washington, but sounds like it could be a viable destination.
if you read that chart. Let's see, QB. Oh, Ryan Fitzgerald. They go Fitzgerald. Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Fitzmagic.
Fitzmagic.
I don't
And
know.
Heineke.
Oh, that guy. He was the backup in the Chiefs, right?
And then, believe it or not, Kyle Allen.
Okay, they're not like they're B minus players,
I was like,
but
yeah, I was like,
he could win a game or two. Go into the ship.
Fitzmagic. I mean, Fitzmagic. I feel like Fitzmagic and like Cam Newton now are like on the same level ish.
Oh, okay. Those old war dogs.
Yeah, it was like, well, now not so much anymore. But
Oh no.
No. Oh my god. Man, what's going on? Sorry, guys. My mixer's going a little crazy. All right, guys.
It's
so,
cool.
in this case, also, as we continue on again, I'll let you guys know next week. Or actually, this next show, we actually are gonna do a fantasy football special. We'll just do kind of like our top picks, and just a couple mock drafts or so. Not just this week, but next week as well. On Tuesday of next week, though, we are gonna do a football/soccer special. So we're actually gonna have a couple of guest speakers, in here, and we're gonna talk all football. So at least a good hour or so. We're gonna talk everything. Just expectations, things are currently right now, news, predictions, stuff like that. It's gonna be all out chaos right before we get right into football, and into soccer, just into the regular season starts kicking off, and deep into the World Cup pretty soon. And just again a quick shout out to everyone listening to us on Facebook, on Twitch, and on YouTube. Go ahead and give us give us a subscribe and follow us button. And definitely welcome to Mezzo Forte Sportz. We love you guys here. You guys are welcome in. Welcome to the bar. Join in. I'm just drinking some, Fanta, like my regular Fanta. And but yeah.
China.
Yeah, just wanna continue doing that. Now, real quick, guys, we actually will go into our hot route. So our hot routes, as you guys may know, we haven't played hot routes in a while. It has been yes. So we're gonna do some hot routes today. Some hot this is just to kind of give an example of what hot routes is. So hot routes is a scenario type question. Imagine you're the QB, right? And then you see as the play starts, you hike and you see the routes. Obviously, you have to choose which route is better, right? And if it's a hot hot route, a good route, you throw it at them. If it's not, then you just don't. So that's just a simple thing. You either take the hot route or you don't. We'll go ahead and start. Obviously, originally I did want to get Mr. Crack AB in this, but I'll just go ahead and just do it myself. We'll get you guys started with that. In this case, restart. Superfan art.
I'm ready.
All right, sorry. All right. So
Suck
in
it
this
to
case, super hot route. So I'll go ahead and just start, and then I'll go ahead and give you my hot route. So it's gonna be ready, set, hot route. So the Dallas Cowboys will win 2 playoff games this season. So we'll do it for hot routes. We'll do 5 seconds. You have to say yes or no. 5.
All right.
Four.
Yes, I'll take the hot route. They
Boom.
will win 2
Throws-
playoff games.
Cool. So 2 playoff wins. So that's going to what? The division conference championship?
Uh,
Or depending or whatever, right?
it might be like the game before the conference championship.
All right. Well, something like that. So there we go. That's good. I will not take the hot route. No go. No contest, dude.
No faith.
I think they might. I think the Cowboys will not win 2 playoff games. I think they're only gonna win 1. I still think they're gonna win a playoff game, but I don't think it's gonna be very good. They're gonna be very good. Just as they start getting into the little bit stronger teams that will actually get to Dak, get to the quarterback. Yeah, exactly. All right. So go hot route. Ready, set, put. Out of all rookie QBs, only one of them will win a playoff game. Go. 5.
Now you're saying like one for sure will win,
Only one,
or,
yeah.
or 0 will win.
No, only one, yeah. So at least one. You take it or no? 5. 4.
I don't not take that hot route.
Dang. Not hot route. Dang. Why not?
I mean, of all the QBs that are rookies, it's just what the Mac Jones. Maybe Jimmy Garoppolo loses his job to the rookie they got.
Trey Lance.
I don't see any of the rookies stepping up to win. Because I mean, Murray in Phoenix, technically he's a sophomore now with them. So like a full-blooded rookie, I don't see him going that far.
Yeah.
Unless Mac Jones has like the almost unbelievable soul to the devil kind of season.
Maybe. I mean, it's Belichick.
Mm.
I mean, we know better than that. Okay. So I will actually take it. I will take the hot route. I think that, I think that Trevor Lawrence is gonna win 1 playoff game. It's gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen.
I'd have more faith in the dude with the Bears.
Dude,
What's his face?
I think I might put a bet. I might put that bet in that about Jaguars making playoffs. I might just do it right now.
All right, they'll lose that playoff game, but at least they made it to the postseason.
Just made it. Or depending, like if they win 1. Oh, imagine I just throw like $50. Just get like $5 grand back, or like 50 grand.
All right, sounds like you got a lot of faith in that new regime that got going on there in Jacksonville under
Yeah.
Urban Meyer.
So I'm gonna take the route. Boom, got him. All right, so next hot route, we're gonna go ready, set, hot. So the Patriots will not win their division, but will get into the playoffs. Yeah, that's hot. That one's hot. So in this case, just for reference, their division is the Bills, the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Patriots. So what I'm saying is they will not win their division, but they will get into the playoffs. Ready, go. 5.
Bills, Jets, Dolphins. They will not, Danny,
3.
because the Bills are too much.
Dang, so they will not even get into the playoffs?
No. Somebody
Dang.
else will take them wild cards.
Yeah, I mean the Dolphins and the Bills. I mean, I don't obviously not the Jets, right?
The
But
Bills are more established. I mean, they almost made it to the damn Super Bowl last year. They're just one win away.
yeah,
So the Bills is too much for a rookie QB.
I think the Patriots will not make the playoffs, like you said,
Yeah,
just
damn
because
straight.
it's gonna be a wild card. There's gonna be too many good wild cards.
Yep.
I just think that like if they do get in, they're gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be one of those like random, But I don't think they're gonna have a lot of wins this season. Um, I think next season they will, but not this season. So nice. All right. So last hot route. Boom, 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 boom. Ready, ready, ready.
Go.
Ho. With an extra game, at least one all-time record will be broken this season. Ready, hot route, and go. 5, 4.
I will take that hot route.
Boom. All right. So for bonus points, what do you think is gonna be the hot route that's gonna be broken? Or
I think
or the record.
it will be Derrick Henry for the single season rushing record.
Oh dang!
A regular season rushing record.
He almost beat it last year, right?
Memory serves correct, maybe.
I think it was. It was where like he had to run literally, dude, like 29 yards or something like that. But then they just pulled him from the game. I mean, because they're already in the playoffs.
Yep, they held them back from that record. That sucks. Your own team doesn't want you to see that record
I
because
mean,
they want you healthy for the off season.
shut the. Oh
The
yeah.
fuck out of here. Derrick
Let's see.
Henry. How do you say no to Derrick Henry?
Let's see, single season rushing record. Dang. No. He missed it by a good. No, he missed it by a. It's there, Eric Dickerson, obviously, right? But it's
Dickerson.
2,105 yards. Dude, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, now it could be more attainable with an extra game.
Let's see. So 2,105 divided by 16. So you have to get like average of 131.56 yards, right? A game. But now 2,105 divided by 17, 123. So that's almost like 12 less yards. I mean, it's kind of, obviously we can break it down or whatever, but Derrick Henry could sure as hell run 23 yards, 124 yards a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, if they're really underhanded and they're blowing out the Dolphins and stuff, like Henry, you're gonna do the whole game so we can help you get that record.
I mean,
You got it, coach.
he almost beats Barry by, that's what it was. He almost beat Barry Sanders by 26 yards.
Righto.
Yeah, so
Well, that's my hot take.
there we go.
about
There we go.
Breaking a record, more so in the running back area. But how do you see that?
I
You
will
don't take the route.
I will take the hot route. I think that the record that's actually gonna get broken is the most TDs per season.
Oh,
I think Patrick Mahomes is gonna eventually just overtake
Tyreek
Manning.
Hill.
Peyton Manning.
But
Yeah,
Mahomes,
Mahomes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
single season touchdown pass
yeah,
record.
yeah. Isn't it Peyton Manning? I put Peyton Manning.
Boom. I am a few beers in, so I can't really recollect this
Sure.
information. It could be.
Oh, single season touchdown. passing touchdowns. All right. Yeah, Peyton Manning, 55.
All right.
Shit, Pat Mahomes had 50 in 2018.
All right. It's very logical that you could bet on Mahomes to get that 50 plus mark. So yeah, maybe we could see that record being broken. But as I mentioned, even when the story was even being in its infancy, I would always say you got to put an asterisk because that's not fair to all the players and seasons that happened prior
Yeah.
that made that record with one less game.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's what I'm saying. It's I don't think it's fair either, but I don't know. I don't know what player. I'd like to hear someone's opinion on it specifically. Um, you know, like an actual, you know, player, like an NFL player or something. Where like, what do you think? You know, is it good for you? Is it bad for you? You know, is it like, you know, does it matter to you as a player? You know, maybe I don't. I guess like it matters if you're like a superstar, but you know.
No, not definitely. These record holders, the people who broke these records, there's a bit of pride in what they've accomplished,
Yeah.
and now to see it a little bit cheapened by losing that record to in an unfair way, like these guys having an extra game to get that record.
Yeah. So.
We'll do some research. We'll see if any players have I mentioned dislike for that in the record sense.
So we'll definitely look into that, but I think we're gonna start wrapping it up.
Cool deal.
Start getting into because I don't want to get into overtime. I don't want to work you guys overtime. I can only pay you so
No.
much. No.
Yeah, of course.
No, real quick, just like the good feel story for today. It's actually gonna be our NBA story of the day. Sorry. Let me go ahead and get that. Man, I'm always really slow on this stuff. Sorry, guys. Yeah, there we go. See, here we go. Evan's always sending me over here. All right. Boom.
I want to tell Evan the story. I'll be right back.
All right. Nice. There you go. All right, guys. So we're gonna start. Just like I said, wrapping up for today. Our good feel story of the day. Go and give me some good feel story of the day music. I don't know. Something really. I mean, not as dark, but that sounds cool. I like it. All right. So the good feel story of the day for today is actually gonna be. Give me some round of applause for Mr. Derek White. First off, Derek White today did get married to his longtime love, Hannah Schneider. So he makes a decathlon Olympic gold medalist, of course. Hilton Johnson, Drew Eubanks, and Lonnie Walker were present in there. So that's actually a feel good story of the day. But of course, a little bit more sports talk as well. Pretty intense, obviously a situation with the pandemic and stuff like that. But it's nice to see that we can still have events such as weddings. I know Danny Green, the former Spur, they had his earlier. So congrats for him with that. But I think I'm gonna start bringing a little bit more feel good stories of the day. So I can get a little bit more of a crime. Apparently, he left me here, so it's gonna be just between you and me, guys. So we might start. There you are. There. I was like, where you at, bro? All right, so we're gonna start. Give me some countdown, F man. So just want to start wrapping it up. Alright guys, so that's it for this week's episode. I'll back to you next time. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you so much for following. And this is Mezzo Forte Sportz. Thank you so much to our sponsors. Music provided by Studio 13th Day and Tasman Warrior Graphics. And also, as well, just want to quick a shout out to Natalia and Elvira for Students for Cleaner Earth Project. Definitely follow guys on Facebook and Instagram as well. This is Danny BMD. I got super fat art and of course Crack AV. I'll see you later.
Thank you, Dan. Lesson of the day is sometimes you got to keep that resume updated. Cam Newton still thinks he's QB1 ready. Unfortunately for him, New England's already got a new Mac Daddy. Remember, sports are great, but nothing without y'all, the fans. Episode number 60. Until next time, folks, be cool, stay safe, and keep on listening to Mezzo Forte Sportz. Right now. You win.
Oh, no.
We ain't bad shit.
Oh, no.
Also, hey, if you guys wanna chat, whoever's still live, I don't know if you guys are still on. We're still streaming. Also, if you guys wanna get on, I'm gonna just message me on Facebook or Instagram, whatever. Send me a message and I'll get you guys on. Usually just give me a week or maybe a couple of days notice and we can do that. But it's really easy. You don't need to do much. I mean, I got both my sisters on and they get super nervous sometimes, so we're all good. If you guys want to talk about whatever, as long as it's not like super, too intense.
Not too political, not too religious. We'll give you the platform.
Yeah, but
Just keep it clean until after 10 p.m.
alright guys, now for real. You guys take care. Love you.
Super happy fun Mezzo Forte time.